Hello, Sert A Plug team. In this next video, what we are going to be covering is making simple text and image updates and how to add some links. So here we are looking at the About page. You can always access it by going to Edit This Page. You can also go to the dashboard of the website and then select Pages, and then you get a full listing of all of the pages on the website. Sometimes it can be a little confusing to look at this if you don't know what's what, and so this can be a very simple way to know exactly what page it is that you're editing by looking at the front end. When you are logged in, this extra black bar shows up at the top. Don't worry about that showing to potential clients. This is just your view when you're logged in. So you could come right here and click on Edit Page. I like to open it in a new tab so I can go back and forth between the Edit view and the front end view very easily by just toggling on these two tabs up here at the top. So we can see how these things correspond. This row right here looks empty, but this is what the image is, how the image has been placed. So again, you do have access to everything. Just be careful and don't, delete things willy-nilly if you're not sure what they're related to. So this might look like it's nothing, but if you were to delete it, this image that appears at the top here would disappear. So let's just say, for instance, you wanted to add another sentence down here to the bottom of this panel. Maybe add a link to the Buy Now or the Contact page or something. We can very easily do that by coming over here. You can see that we have separate items for this heading and this heading, the Sert A Plug mission and inspired from the desire, and then our text down below that corresponds to this headline, and this text. So you can always come right here. You can see as I hover over again, I get access to this green block. The first item here in this set of tools lets you click, hold, and drag on items to change the order that they appear in. So you can always rearrange these items. If for some crazy reason you wanted the headlines below the text, you could do that. If not, you can bring them back up. Wherever it is that you want to arrange things, you can do that. If you start to make some changes here, and you can see, this doesn't immediately take move the edits to the front end of the website until you hit update. So if, for instance, in this case, we've moved some things around and we start to lose track of what we've done, and we're getting nervous and we don't want to publish the changes that we've made, again, that doesn't happen until you hit the update button here. So we could potentially just hit the refresh button or completely close out the tab. Either way, it's going to give you a warning and saying you're not saving your changes. You might lose your changes. In this case, that's exactly what we want to do. And we're going to go ahead and hit reload the page, in which case it's going to, none of the updates that we've made, they're all going to go away. So going back to what we said before, let's say we wanted to add a sentence down here with a link. Instead of using this rearrange option right here by clicking and holding, we'd move right over here to this little pencil. Edit text block, it says, as you hover over it, and we'll click that. And you can see here, then we get that text that we were looking at before in a pop-up. You can arrange this pop-up however you want. You can make yourself more room in here. Sometimes you'll have a lot of text and it's nice to be able to look at all of it at once. You'll see some very familiar text formatting tools similar to a Word document. You can make things bold, you can make them italic, you can add a bulleted or numbered list. You can align the text different ways. So let's say we wanted to So there we've added our text. If we wanted to save that, we'd go ahead and hit Save Changes here. Now again, that doesn't publish those changes. That just allows us to move on to the next thing and make more edits if we want. If we want to save those changes and see them live, we'd come right over here to this Update button. We'll click that. Come back over to this tab here. You don't see the changes yet because you have to refresh. You know, it has to pull those changes from the server once you've made them. And here we have that sentence that we just added. If we wanted to make this a contact link, come back over here, come back into this text block, click that Edit button again. We'll highlight this text, come right up here to this link icon, click on that. It's going to be better in most cases to go ahead and click this Link Options button. It gives you full control over it. If we're going to link to something on the website, it's real easy. You don't have to worry about trying to write a link. You can just start typing. There's our contact page. We'll click that. You can see it writes the link for us right up here. And we'll just say Add Link. Again, we'll say Save Changes. Again, we'll hit Update. Come back over here, hit Refresh. And our link has been added. It automatically turns it into blue text so that we know it's a link. Click on that, and it's going to take us right to the contact page. If we want to link to an exterior site, which you might be doing, probably will be doing in some of your blog posts, the difference is small but kind of important. So let's say we wanted to link, just as a bad example, to Google. I don't know why you'd want to link to that, but it's just for an example. Even when it's a really simple link like Google, I highly recommend you actually go to that website in another tab like we've done here, and we just copy that link. Obviously, getting the link right is very important, so this just ensures that there's no typos being introduced and that you've got everything just right. We'd come right back here. You know, if it were going somewhere else, we could highlight that and hit the link again, or if we were updating a link, we can click on it. We can hit this pencil icon. And in this case, this link options is especially important because what we're going to do is paste that link in there, and then we're going to check this box that says Open in a New Tab. The reason for that, if you don't know right off, will become apparent here in a moment. So we'll go ahead and hit Update again. We'll refresh this page. And now when we click this, what's nice about it is that since it's a third-party website, in other words, it's not the Sert A Plug site, we click it, we're sending them away from the site. If it opened in the same tab, then you maybe have lost them. Since it opens in a new tab, they can come here, reference whatever information it is that you wanted them to reference, and then when they close that tab, they're right back at the Sert A Plug website, and it's more likely that you're going to keep them on the website rather than, you know, completely losing them to wherever you've sent them off to. So we showed you how to make some text updates here and how to add links. If you're going to be doing a lot of text edits, let's say you're going to be rewriting the page completely, we highly recommend that you would do that separately in a Word document. It can get really, it's really easy to lose track of what you're doing and how far you've gotten if you're working in this kind of environment. So again, if it's a major rewrite, we recommend doing that in a word processing program or your email program or anywhere else other than right here on the site. Just because, especially because if you're making a lot of edits, it's easy to make a mistake, and then you've got them on the website rather than reviewing them separately before you publish them. That is probably enough for this video. I think I maybe mentioned photos at the outset of the video, but there aren't very many images on the website with the exception of these banners. And the banners, I think we should probably update those for you. Let me know if there's something more that you want to know about images, and I can make you a video on that. But I think this has been good. So we've got headlines and text and links and how to update all of those items in this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.